Hello, welcome to the Daily Bible Podcast. My name is William Hemsworth. I thank you so much for joining me for today's show. Well, we're still in Matthew chapter 13. We're going to be looking at chapter 13, verses 37 through 43 today. And yesterday we covered verse 36, and it was a transition of sorts where Jesus is giving private instruction to his disciples about the parable of the weeds. So let's go ahead and get to it. Matthew chapter 13, verses 37 through 43 says, He answered, He who sows the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world, and the good seed means the sons of the kingdom. The weeds are the sons of the evil one, and the enemy who sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the close of the age, and the reapers are angels. Just as the weeds are gathered and burned with fire, so will it be at the close of the age. The Son of Man will send his angels, and they will gather out his kingdom all causes of sin and all evildoers, and throw them into the furnace of fire, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then the righteous will shine like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. And so what we have here is the final separation of good and evil. You see, evil will only last for a time. It will only last until the last judgment. In the meantime, saints and sinners will be living together, and this inside the church. Inside the church, there are those who are really following Christ, and there are those who are kind of putting on a show. That's kind of what Jesus is talking about with the wheat and the weeds. Those who are following Christ are the wheat. Those who are putting on that show are the weeds. And so Jesus often uses the concept of harvest when he's talking about a parable, and this is an image in the Bible. It's a biblical image of the day of judgment. It's a time when God will judge all nations. So when you see something referencing the harvest in the Bible, that's what that's talking about there. And when Jesus is talking about the gnashing of teeth, that just simply means that the wicked will experience judgment. Gnashing of teeth is a time of sorrow. It's a time of pain. So what do we do? So what do we do with all this? You see, sometimes we have a tendency to try to judge someone's character. Now, there's a time and place for that, don't get me wrong. But like I just said a minute ago, true believers and false believers they're in the church today. But we need to use discernment in our judgments, because only Christ, it's his job to make that final separation between the wheat and the weeds. You see, if we go around and just start judging people, saying, you're putting on a show, you're sinning, it's okay to call out sin in a loving manner, don't get me wrong, but we need to be cautious. Because if we do it the wrong way, we could do damage to those who are really wheat. And that's the last thing we want to do. So let's judge our own response to God. Let's put that back on ourselves. So that's my thoughts on these verses today. Episode of the Daily Bible Podcast, and we'll catch you tomorrow. God bless you. Have a great day. Go forward with the love of God. It's okay to use discernment and to try to help people understand, their sin. If they're putting on a show, if they're being a weed in the wheat field, etc. But we don't want to go around chopping people up. I'm sorry, I'm going to go on a tangent. I think of there's a blog called Pulpit and Pen, and this is exactly what they've done. Now, I'm a Catholic, but this Pulpit and Pen is a reformed blog and podcast. And what they have done over the past couple years is they've judged, like they basically condemned all these people, and they've done so much damage to their reputation that no one even takes them seriously anymore. It's almost a comedy. Unfortunate comedy, not like Dante's Inferno, not a funny haha comedy. So let's use discernment. God bless you. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day. We'll catch you tomorrow.